Welcome everyone. Breaking news, new major Valgrind release. Released just today or so. 3.21 of probably our favorite and most loved memory correction and stuff debugger. In the meantime supporting x86 and AMD 64, Linux, ARM 3264, Linux PowerPC 60, 32, 64, Big Endian, Little Endian, s390x, by the way, is it whitelisted in our amazing, before I forget that, s390x, no it isn't, s390x. You probably want to shut up, subscribe, you certainly get well worth your subscription, donation, GitHub sponsorship for maintaining this award-winning and increasingly amazing news distribution. Because I also just actually allow listed Rust or so for IBM mainframe Linux s390, because who else would want to use one of the best enterprise ready Linux distributions. The other Android stuff, aka who cares, Mips 64, Mips 32, by the way, is it or allow listed? It is. Amazing stuff. ARM, Mips, PowerPC, x86. What else did we got here? s390x. That's probably about it. Some failing old Unix systems here. Solaris, macOS PeakPucks, FreeBSD. Yeah, you guessed it. So, and some preliminary support because macOS is always behind. So amazing changes, right? Everything better GDB stop, automatic Python loading, GDB utility now supports system remote protocol, behavior of malloc can be configured, platform changes, address space limits of FreeBSD, 128 gigabytes, same as Linux and Solaris, 32 gigs, memcheck, amazing improvements everywhere, doing delta search, leak search and stuff. Valgrind now contains Python code, defines GDB, memcheck, as we just said. What this does, of course, allows you to analyze memory utilization and safety issues of languages other than Rust. Don't have, or actually Rust too, if you use unsafe code, obviously, because actually, spoiler alert, Rust code can crash too. And then those tools included bundled memcheck, Valgrind, cachegrind for different memory safety and cache utilization misses and so on. Valgrind, massive, that, and tons of fixed bugs. Super amazing stuff. Of course, in our Linux distribution data had updated that already this morning, so it is already in T2 trunk for you playing along at home without even I had to do anything. What I had to do though is allow list Rustc to also cargo and Valgrind, because obviously we are embarrassingly parallel building 30+ architectures here on our overkill build Ryzen 750X with now 96 GB of non-power of 2, of course 6000 mega transfers, overvolted and overclocked memory. So, and because I'm stupid, of course I tweaked the undervolting of the vCore and memory timings a tiny bit before this live stream. So if this Horizon system goes away, then you know why. Because so far it survived through the night. Also, this is cargo interesting. So it's actually some major change. I had this lingering around here for Rustc. So basically, instead of disallow listing, allow listing that, apparently that's the only system I actually didn't quite realize that, because the issue is that we increasingly support more architectures than, although, is it really worth it? Yes, the problem is we probably would need microblaze. Actually, now that I look at this, it's maybe not even the most favorable. Why did I even do that then? I mean, if we have 30 architectures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, maybe because I now enabled Rustc in the minimal bootstrap just to have more coverage and for thin provisioning profiles. And maybe that would otherwise, like OpenRusc and whatnot. Yeah, I don't need to commit this now, actually, because I just added s390, because, of course, I just built s390x, and That failed also. Pango Cairo not found. No, that is off to a good start. S390x. Yeah, but okay, then we can already commit Valgrind because that is the stuff. All things failing to cross compile today. Welcome everyone. Can I run Crisis? What do you mean? The IBM mainframe? Probably yes. The only question is how expensive you want it and what kind of graphic card you want to attach to that. Can it run Crisis ASCII art rendered to your teletype, right? 2023, welcome to your mainframe. So what else do we have going on here? Of course, the usual stuff of also Mips platform not supported in Glue. Now that is off to a good start. So the usual stuff, the only constant is change and regressions, and no matter how fast we work on stuff, new GCC, new bootstrap components, there's always something. So it's that with Valgrind. Enable Valgrind for actually, did we freaking test build that S390? Maybe we should verbose build Valgrind for S390. I believe it cross-compiled previously. Yeah, and even it's possible, how do you like the new setup of live streaming from my Steam Deck thin client and having the build cluster around me? I guess you appreciate not only USB microstarters on M5 and not disappearing live stream when I rebuild. I need to reset and reboot the Ryzen for latest 6000 megatransfers memory. Overclock, yeah, so that built super amazing stuff, and that is of course the beauty of D2, right? You can simply epic thread cross-compile that in 28 seconds live on this channel for IBM S390. So enable Valgrind for S390x2. Enable Valgrind, and there we, oops, it's out of date. Now that was very clever. I should have copy and pasted that, but we're not known for being the smartest here on this channel. What else did we got there? So we have a couple of build errors which are really annoying. Actually, should we first, this was glue or something, right? And that's constantly something to do. I believe no, oh no, I just say, well, that is off to a good start. No, my God, matches. Man, that is not how we wanted. No, my mouse returned. Can't make this stuff up. Now I live stream. How do you like my new Steam Deck thin client system? It's glitchy too. Do we have something with the demask? Yeah, AMD GPU has like, yeah, you buy. But I mean, it was at least, yeah. So so this never happened before. I mean, never. I said the Steam Deck dock is glitchy, right? But I didn't reboot. I left it on. So yeah, 2023. You have an energy efficient Steam Deck thin client, and then you can't suspend it to memory overnight because then your MSD DisplayPort stuff glitches. So you leave it running, I believe. Yeah, up one day. Leave it running overnight with DisplayPort off, obviously, and then you have glitchy shit as well. So, but yeah, it's a recurring theme of complex hardware. 2023 and 2022, basically probably the last decade. I would say the last decade hardware is so complex that everything is glitching, right? Especially with dongles. The only dongle I use today is the Steam Deck, but yeah, otherwise USB-C, 4K, whatever. Dongles. Yeah, you only have one Steam Deck dongle, but yeah, USB-C, you name it. I mean, the irony is, I thought already my you have some segfolds there. They could be normal. I need to check. So that is of course a thing when you build cross-compile everything. Then you can't be sure if it's regular software bugs. There's also some error on. So yeah, is it software bugs, or this is also why? Otherwise you shouldn't overclock. So this I had before, so the Mips stuff I tweaked a little bit. Unfortunately, the Mips stuff, they changed again, not majorly, but the configure stuff, they changed quite a bit. Steam should work again, doesn't it? 2020. 2023, I need to check my own stream. It should be back up, but probably this comment is just delayed, or is it? Yeah, looks live. So yeah, and that is the time-consuming stuff, right? For decades, you configure the stuff to build, and then upstream. Also, like nearly nobody else supports Mips anymore, and yet some people change stuff just to change stuff, making it a little bit better or more convenient for them. The problem is, I mean, we could actually check how far can we go. So the problem is, I believe it did build. Yeah, it must have built previously, like some months ago. It's probably GCC 13 regression, and that's what we are here for. It's probably just building the wrong multi-lib stuff, the recurring fun with multi-lib. Or which Mips did we even build? Yeah, this was Mips 64. By the way, did we fully build Mips and Mipsel, the 32-bit variant? Oh, this failed with Rust. No, thank you very much. And Mipsel. Oh, that failed with glue. Cool. Yeah, this is not only why is our release 6 months delayed, of course not due to that things, due to more major things, but of course it's adding up, right? 6 months later you could finally release, but of course last minute you updated the next major compiler and then stuff fails. Not sure, maybe glue we independently updated though, or something of that sort, because I believe previously this also probably should have built. Doesn't instantly 220. This is strange. Maybe this fails due to some other random unrelated changes. Not sure why this. So yeah, we're as usual battling multiple issues here. So which do we? All right. So let's first check the Mips thing, the Mips 64 thing. I have the suspicion it's building the wrong multi-libs. That would somewhere, where are the libgccs here in some? Oh, we don't have libgccs there in here. And alright, maybe this is also the default. Alright, this was the default path. I hate that. But we probably, hopefully there are other .o files laying around. Yeah, they are. CRT. Again, let's see what they are. So this is N32. And so yeah, it's building the wrong, I mean, that is the thing I was considering, should we change those by default? The other was subject, right? This is, so yeah, it's building the wrong, I believe, the wrong. We theoretically we wanted O32, the very oldest fashioned ABI. I probably don't patch that enough or something of that sort. Once I've wasted 8 freaking hours on some multi-lib stuff. Of course, I mean the good thing is after you spend 8 hours on this multi-lib stuff, you at least know GCC configure and make files better for the next time. Yeah, it's probably true. I'm not in the mood of. So it's basically requires some multi-lib changes. So what I usually do is I prioritize a little bit of. I mean, it's also a hobby fun project, right? A little side project here using company resources live on the weekend and after work. And it's like, as IBM and so on don't pay me like for that. Like, if this would be work. 9 to 5 work or an all-nighter at Red Hat or stuff, you would need to do this now, but then I have the luxury of like, okay, fine, I better do it, I don't know, later. Because when I already think GCC multi-lib, like after multiple 8 hours, debug-a-tons. My stomach is already turning. CGCC multi-lib. AMD says they fixed the production issue with 7000 melting. Agesa update limits the max current to max current, so that's max voltage, right? Current is amps, so you're saying, I mean, it's three things, right? I mean, production issue. I mean, Gamers Nexus said, I posted that on our Discord this morning. Gamers Nexus had a brief statement that they could reproduce it. Why do I not? Am I wrong? Why does this not? Do we even have? Why does this not load, or is YouTube just? No. They said they could reproduce it. I'm looking forward to what they find. So it's probably, I hope they release a video today, 11 hours today. Do they say They say it's layers beyond, it's just SOC voltage. I'm really curious to see their findings, because if you say production issues, it's all, I said like maybe there's some liquid trapped or the solar is just steaming off or whatever when it's over, which also crazy hot. Obviously, I think their boss had 170 for, I think the heat spreader solid stuff. So yeah, I mean, between, is it production issue of material failure that like 0.000 something are affected, and it's unrated of overvolting or whatever. If it's a production issue of hardware, it certainly can't really change with Agesa software. I mean, voltage limiting, yeah, I mean, we will see. There needs to, and that's also what I really hate with modern tech. They should, I mean, this I understand like class action lawsuit galore, but I really would wish they would tell us the real freaking details. Maybe we'll find something from Gamers Nexus or so, maybe more so than from AMD, but I really hate like we fixed something random YOLO, nothing to see, here's some voltage, it's like limiter, but we will see. So what else? So we wanted to do some stuff. So Mips, let's maybe check Mips, or what was the name? Glue. Let's quickly check this one here. I mean, ironically, I just increased, like I decreased the CL gas latency, I believe from 40 to 38 or so, because I need performance. Otherwise, it was stable, it's like it never touches a running system, and then live for the live stream change gas latency. But so I also actually increased. I said yesterday I had SOC, VSOC, normal, offset 0. Now I have offset plus 0.05 or whatever. Like basically the smallest, I believe it's 0.05. Just a tiny little bit, just for my memory gas latency and stuff. So yeah, but at least the prices came down. I run it 6 months pretty 24/7, and I'm not like overvolting. I mean, actually I'm undervolting the V-core, freaking 100 millivolts, so for excessive turbo boosting, obviously. Where do I even have that here somewhere? So yeah, I am undervolting that for such boosts. And also better, also this didn't save that, also better. My temperature is actually pretty reasonable, except I mean, I have a freaking 12 or so centimeter Noctua fan hanging in front of the overclocked 96 gigs of memory. And so this came because my CPU is so extremely undervolted, 100 millivolt. This temperatures came down over 10 degrees. Before I had 92 or so, it was already severely throttling, only boosting to 5.2, 5.3. Now it's boosting to 5.4. Because I have the impression the Ryzen, they boost less. They start throttling boost from like 75 degrees. So if you have 92, it's already severely throttling, like everything over 75ish or so is already you lose boost. So config Mipsel, so Musl hardware talk here, maybe I shouldn't. Config keep on error. I can wipe this anyway because they're not helpful. But yeah, this AMD GPU stuff on the Steam Deck really sucks. I didn't have that. I mean, I didn't run the Steam Deck in production until this week. Certainly disappointed of the Steam Dock there. Although maybe it's not the most the Steam Dock to blame, but also driver glitches. But doesn't make it better that it doesn't suspend. Not that it doesn't flaw. I mean, it wakes up from suspend to memory. It just not flawlessly, right? Hit a little wake up from suspend and then have flickering, glitching displays that you need to reboot anyway, so it doesn't really help the most. I mean, I'm certainly not debugging that. I mean, I'm debugging and implementing lots of crazy shit, but like if we have 100,000 or million subscribers, maybe I start debugging such crazy shit, but otherwise I'm not debugging that like for a day or week. This is all those registers that I don't have a data sheet for. Thank you very much. So glue, what's going on here? So that could be as simple as not being somehow in this. So I really hate this stuff, right? Just updating some bloody config guess nonsense. So why would it not have? Where is even the? I mean, we could. What does it say here? Right, so usually we have that. We also could copy them from the system, but so you can just run this. How did I usually fix this? Why is Mips? What kind of? So now my. Thank you very much. Now my mouse is again. Can't make this. There, now my display glitched again. So much to live streaming. How do you like my live streaming setup when? So yeah, so stuff glitched again. Thank you very much. I switched to the Steam, but this is also why I in general hate dongles. Right? Previously I was laughing about MacBooks, didn't buy them for 7 years until I was forced to recently for the first ARM. This is why I hate dongles, right? 20 years ago, computers were just effing working. Me 2010 till 2023 and stuff randomly. This is why I hate freaking dongles and more dongles and the most dongles and then some display adapters. Because it's like, yeah, we had working computers and then we dongleized everything. Thank you very much. If it happens the next time, I guess it's time to end the live stream and go home. So here's Linux, Mips. Why is this capitalized? So, or do they? Oh wait, we have Mipsel, right? Oh wait, so this is probably here. Or do they have Mip? They have Mipsel here, but not 64. Are they here? Because here is defined Mipsel EL. So they are, yeah. I mean, maybe we just didn't realize it before. You're asking out of memory? No, I'm not out of memory. I'm building on the Horizon. There's not much going on this Steam Deck. Yeah, family calling. It's the usual. You want to get work done. So yeah, 2023 configure. I guess also like why do we do this, right? Just write standard conformant code and not like, oh wow, so getting a bit warm here with this. Let's hope 2023. Let's open the window. The heating stand off in the office. Heating with compute nodes. Epic Threadripping Horizon Edition. Mips. But you see how I frequently call out stuff not to be amazing, but I mean here they have Mips 64EL and Here they don't have EL apparently on first glance, so actually wait, we shouldn't overmatch that. I nearly would have, because if I put there a star, it also matches MIP 64. Yeah, this stuff is just. I mean, why do we even have? Here they would have EL, but here they won't. Oh, this is so silly. So basically, it probably wouldn't matter really. I would say it doesn't really matter if we overmatch any MIPS. I mean, who freaking cares? That's like whatever. Yeah, it doesn't work yet. Shit. Platform not supported. MIPS survey. So this should be, what does it print out here? MIPS, Linux. Actually, it should only print. Basically, that's a complete waste of time, right? Why do we even need to spend time and effort? So here's also not enough memory. Interesting. Yeah, 96 gigs of memory, not. Oh wait, or is it old? It could potentially be old. How old is it? Kind of this kernel log also would be better with the date, right? It's like who freaking, I believe this was already in the morning, basically. Yeah, I should get this fixed. It's not fun to. Why does this stuff not match here? Any MIPS Linux? Why does this not match here? But it's completely pointless, right? If it's like, it's ridiculous that we even have to deal with nonsense like this. I mean, it's basically doing nothing. In general, you just like write. I mean, for over 90% of the packages, maybe even Glue, they do completely nothing with that, right? With this information, it's just C++ code. Here's uname system, Linux GNU. Here is uname machine, uname system, uname release, uname version. And we should have Mips, Linux. Why does this not freaking match? What is any of this? I could also. We could also match everything here, like as a fallback, and do less shit. We could also basically like X this out. It's like not match any shit here of this nonsense. Does this do more? Hey, this fixes it. It's like, yeah, I told you it's freaking normal C code, right? We have a automake quirk. I mean, this is so sad. It's stuff like this makes me really sad. It makes me wonder how stuff is even freaking doing. Ewood says standardizing around CMake. Congratulations, you have, in my opinion, chosen the worst build system. If I would standardize anything around anything, it's anything but CMake. Demessage T. Thanks for that. I didn't know that. All right, I just cleared it. But thank you. Oh wait, we could use a D. Hey, that is helpful. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, but this was a Steam Deck. So yeah, how do we fix that? So we have theoretically an auto copy quirk for that. And that's the cool thing about this community. Even I at times learn something. The problem is probably like I grew up where dmask just did dmask and all the modern feature I've never seen, and that's the stuff that you. I mean, either you want, like I wonder, and you read the freaking manual, or then you see this at your colleagues, right? So many things I learned from Rock Linux developers back in the day, meeting their Chaos Communication Congress and camp. By the way, there's a Chaos Camp this year in Berlin, right? Should we have a T2, like in good old Rocklinux times, T2 Linux meetup at Chaos Camp? Comments below. Maybe I should make a poll. Also need more coffee. So we have some automake fix up here. I could try if that fixes that. So the only other thing, it would do that for all, which may not necessarily be a bad idea, like for all architectures. We could also call that, where is this called in hook at preconf automake fix up? Like, how was it automake? Was it glue or what was it? Probably glue, huh? Maybe I should have tried this auto fix up first, but that's just a document. By the way, do we need fp quirk? Maybe I should try this out also. Automake. I mean, it's a little bit sledgehammer to do that for all architectures when you only need it for Mipsl. I could do it conditionally, because this fixes that, copying a config guess and stuff from our cross-compile system. I mean, maybe I leave it like that. Why do more exotic stuff if it works? Like I said last night, if I don't have a major commercial business use case and win and personal change, maybe just leave it. I wonder if I should more often comment here stuff. Like, mostly for Mipsl. What maybe this would be cooler. The only thing is that does not yet work. Maybe I had to do for that. Like support. I believe we probably, actually we support comments, but probably only at the beginning of the line. Like support test comments at end of line 2. So only, I mean, it sounds easy, just SED this stuff away before parsing. The only thing is if you would want to have this in desk, which is, I wondered about this some days ago. I have it larger, by the way, for YouTube live streams. I only made it smaller to read the excessive logs. The only thing is, like, basically we don't need hash probably nearly anywhere. Could it be in URLs? Probably not. I only wonder if it should be, does it make sense to have this in text here? It's like, yeah, this is why I probably want to do that another day. Or this is probably good enough. What are you saying with this uname? Why are you saying dash the uname thing is really fragile? Why do you say fragile? Which part? The dash T part or in general? Ebot is joking, or roll your own bureaucratic job enduring unmaintainable TCL article based build system, Lumoscure. Yeah, I mean, I personally have very simple, like exact image or other products of us I did since 15 years. Configure like using GNU make without testing the least things, like readable shell script similar to our Rocklinux inspired T2 stuff. You basically can go to exact image and configure make install like GNU make files, like and also not substituted, like have configure just generate config.h and config.make and then non-recursive make files. The make files template stuff is a little bit tricky, but otherwise works for me. It's then you only need GNU make and somewhat POSIX compliant shell or something. Is so far I don't really usually need more, but your mileage may vary. So yeah, we're building stuff that is good. Also not with new dmask, and then also what our temperatures I need to keep in. Also probably the load is not particularly, not that high, only 23. So the load is not 32 or 100, which over the night it was 100 because build failed, right? So I built here parallel 10 and then staged, so that first x86-64 and so on staged by default maybe 4 or 5 minutes, so that not all the LVM and Clang build at one time, so it's a little bit offset staged. And 10 is not always 10 because configures usually serialized, and then to have like headroom of 30 to 180 whatever jobs to build also architectures here in 24 or so hours. So otherwise stuff is building. We have some more things to fix, including somehow Firefox also. Either Firefox, not sure what's somehow not liking its Rustc toolchain at the moment on this. Okay, it looks like I don't have major things laying around here. What is this? And I'm surprised this Firefox starts to build, or will it fail soon? Interesting. I believe I tested Mips, right? Wasn't it a year ago or two? I tested it on the CI20 Imagination Technologies creator board. It's obviously a bit slowish, but otherwise allowed us to test this. This is puzzling. So this builds, but x86-64 this somehow did not build Firefox. Maybe I even touched the lock. Oh no, it didn't touch the lock. So this doesn't find, why does Rust version 166, I believe it's also the wrong Rust version. Should we not have 168? I believe it's using the wrong Rust version, Rust version for some reason. Like matching the dash right, like matching name between all the options, all the build systems. Arch name. It says Loom more SQL doesn't even have an install target. Yeah, I hate packages that don't have a freaking install target. This is like really the worst. So what happened here with let's maybe change the config for a second for keep on error. And also maybe we still have it if we are super lucky. Firefox x86. Yeah, because I have this tempfs limiter, so that is why we are. Wait, why do we not have a debug thing there? Oh, okay, we were lucky to have it partially, but then not really. Wonderful. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's even tied to really finally release T2 as the last days of this month with this regressions. We have also other regressions. We have at least a Musl regression for xterm of, or maybe I should build the rest of Musl. So xterm fails the recurring nonsense of implicit declaration of WC with. Did you mean with? No, we didn't. In which others, like everything freaking builds except bloody xterm. So Musl, of course, an alternative C library, which is why this stuff fails differently. I believe this was x64 Musl. But yeah, if you are crazy and insane and stuff and do it live on YouTube and build 30+ architectures, obviously all the build errors keep you pretty busy. So I touched the log file just to continue the build. Of course, I will later see that it's missing. Just to get in, there's also max input. Is that even blues? I mean, it's not the supermost. I do this to get an overview how much stuff is really broken. It's a little bit funny that it otherwise, also I need freaking coffee, that it otherwise builds, or built, the whole Musl target built some, even in January, like 3 months ago. We need to negotiate with coffee suppliers for some volume discount. So yeah, this failed as expected. I'm wondering if it's just using the wrong Rust version. Rust version. What is freaking wrong with my pronunciation today? So why is it using opt rust bin Rustc? Should we not have one in root toolchain? I mean, that obviously explains why it's not freaking building if you're not using the right Rust version. But that is, of course, testing, the most testing, and what's not tested is broken. It's like, yeah, this is why we are here with Coffee Live on this channel. Nothing like fresh coffee while checking your Rust installation. I did this wrong. So why is there no freaking Rustc? That is bizarre. Did not, must have built. No, wait, what is here? Why are there no Rusts? Why is Rust not in there? Maybe I have a typo in there. In this. Yeah, there's a typo. This explains the thing. Yeah, so given that this line is so long, why did I even do that? I mean, how many more do we have? Some of these are so many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is here AVR? Okay, maybe I copied that actually. This is not AVR32. Okay, we have these guys. C. Okay, we would have. Okay, with Neos in this. Yeah, okay, if we would build this for everyone, probably. I believe they support. This might be 8-bit AVR. I probably copied that out of there. Do we even? I believe. Yeah, I even theoretically added support for bare metal AVR for T2 cross compilation bootstrap. Because of course I did. Yeah, okay, so that explains a thing. Probably have the same typo in cargo. Let's also add something to the to-do, which would be also like, I guess, share, like, and subscribe. Will my to-do ever until I retire reach 0? I will my to-do only reach 0 after I retire? Yeah, it's obviously insane. So theoretically, I would want multiple things. Maybe I don't put it here so prominent somewhere. Oh, by the way, did we not package LXQT? I believe we packaged that, didn't we? We recently packaged something. So ideally, some kind of support for packages to depend on other, like hard depend on others, for example, like Rustc on LVM or cargo on Rustc, so that we don't need to copy all those excessive architecture lists. The other more optional and very hard dependent or vital dependencies. The idea would be to make emerge better for you at home, so that T2 would not even try to build something if we would annotate a handful, not all, but like the most important vital dependencies. For example, Firefox on Rust or similar such things, that the T2 build system would tell you, hey, I don't even need to try to build this because you lack the major, most important thing for this package. Maybe because the architecture doesn't support it or whatever, or it's just not installed. But that are just some ideas to quality of life, major, massive quality of life improvements coming probably later this year, after enough time and stuff. I probably should grab x86-64 in all of, oh wait, this is wrong. I should grab this typo, I should grab this typo. Okay, I guess there is no other. We could with capital R. Only very, yeah, IBM JDK, libc. That's probably fine then. Firefox failed here in Mipsl. Why is that? Okay, this is it WebRTC? Yeah, I've seen this. So WebRTC, super ridiculously annoying stuff. A T2 user enabled that, T2 developer enabled that recently. Amazing stuff, because they wanted to use Firefox, of course, in production, and were wondering that their video conferencing meeting software doesn't work. I, of course, not the greatest fan of those, so I didn't even notice. So they enabled WebRTC. It's like, hey, we need WebRTC enabled. And I probably mentioned it a week ago. Extremely, it is probably trivially patchable, but like for Mips and so on. So WebRTC. So WebRTC does not work for all big endian and also for some other architectures due to really crappy code and configuration headers and stuff. I mean, it's probably fixable in some hours. Share, like, and subscribe, Patreon, but not today. So I disable that. Do I not disable that for something else? Where do we have other? So basically disable that here, and then probably like for all big end. Oops, was it even the right? What did I copy? So disable it for all big endian because YOLO, and then other quirks like for. So maybe there is more, but oh wait. Would that be all of Mips? That is a question now. The problem is I don't have here Mipsl. The question is, does it fail the same for Mips? Okay, yeah. Does it fail the same for Mips? Don't know. Rust failed for Mips. Oh, wonderful. You can't make this up. All right, Mips will anyway be disabled because it's big endian. It's like, I mean, it's kinda, we could allow lists this. It would only be x86, ARM, PowerPC fails, except maybe PPC 64. Yeah, that is always, is it worth to put in here? Yeah. I mean, maybe for now, and then we see how far we go. So it would be Mipsl again, nothing like building this. So what else did we, what else was failing? There was, maybe we tackle, okay, now sync provisioning profiles is failing from user for some reason. Okay, it's not so, it's like, yeah, T2 release, again delayed another day or two due to excessive random upstream breakage. Who would have thought? Actually, well, we enabled WebRTC, but upstream it's not working, so fault. I mean, not like they would upstream support Mips for Firefox though, but it doesn't stop them from breaking it further. So there was some major, oh, how did we name it? Open Risk. There's some major open risk regression. Yeah, amazing. I also would say, if I would be the Mozilla Foundation and I have 100,000, if not 100,000, if not $1 billion of dollars, I would, I understand they don't care about Mips and stuff and RISC-V. Was it libc? However, I would, they have old C fallback code for a lot of things. I would at least make sure, like, allocate a tiny percentage, they probably only 0.01 or whatever, like basically a part-time developer here. I mean, I can kind of maintain it, except I need to find why PowerPC segmentation faulting. But if I can part-time freaking keep Firefox building, Firefox should even more. And it doesn't even need one engineer. It needs one part-time, like one developer, 20% project, I would say, to keep generic. I would not even say they need to support all, but if they just pick one, like Mips or RISC-V or PowerPC, doesn't personally matter to me, but make it so that they have C, like working C fallback code for everything that would already keep all the architectures building. But what do I know about software development? Or what does, or is the question, what do I know about software development, or is the question, what does the Mozilla Foundation know about software development? Anyway, LLVM, so what was that? I mean, so this is only, actually, you know what, maybe we disable that by default. So this is also only because, okay, let's probably disable those for user libc. It's probably the easiest thing. Okay, we have already many others here. This was open risk, mn open risk, because there's a limit of what crazy stuff I make work. And so if we would have had this inherited dependencies, we could I would need to think about this, but so this metadata here sucks really. Also this is LVM metadata, I probably just copied that from. But so like instead of always rewriting this, we some kind of like hard, like basically it would not be architecture, it would be like dep, but like hard vital dep on LVM, then we could make all the LVM family of packages hard vital depend on LVM, and then we wouldn't need to copy and paste all the architecture list here all the time for listing. Like basically it's LVM main package proper, and then all the other don't even matter anymore. It's just random software developers thinking and brainstorming live on this channel. So yeah, stuff is building. Some provisioning, so that is Musl. I wonder if we would have, did something beep? Oh no, what? Was this a beep or was it not a beep? No, I'm confused. Nothing in the DMSQ though. Are we live streaming still? if we have LVM for Musl and Rust, or maybe check immediately what we built. Okay, we don't have Rust. We have LVM. Why don't we not have Rust? Maybe this is just missing in the... I mean, this would actually be an interesting thing. It probably should work, right? You know what, that would actually... And that is why I'm testing this, right? Recurring Linux due, taking quality assurance, compatibility testing, and perfection more serious than the Mozilla Foundation. So, and because this is bootstrapping, cross-compiled Canadian full cross-compiled bootstrap, cross-bootstrap from glibc to Musl, which, of course, if you write all the configuration infrastructure correctly, is not a big deal, but recurrently stuff is breaking here. Or did my phone beep? Family calling for lunch, maybe? Also nothing. But anyway, so which package selection? Something is with my today. Which package selection do we build today? Here for Musl we build minimal desktop. Should this not, wait a second, minimal desktop should have, how does this not, okay, this, did I hardwire this something? What have I done there? Oh wait, this should be in... With ArcP in there. Why is there not Rust, or did I... Now I lose overview. Did this just not rerun, or... Yeah, maybe this config did just not refresh. Ah! This was this typo. This was the same x86_64 typo in my Rust architecture selection. Yeah. Pro tip, don't make typos, but at least it wasn't committed yet. Oh, this Mips also failed again. Amazing. How does this fail? No matching function called JS JIT stack macro assembler. JIT, yeah, thank you very much. This is because you disable one thing and another thing fails. So basically we need, because so previously it fell through into the generic disable JIT thing here, and we still would need that. I mean, maybe we also, the question is, does this need sandbox or? Maybe the sandbox stuff now could work, that we have full WASM. Let's do that for all of Mips. And let's document the sandbox thing somewhere, because otherwise I forget about it again. I like to keep... Usually I don't leak... Some people clutter their files all over with old comments. I really hate this. Source files, protip source files are no substitute for version history and control. But some helpful things, like one or two, like, because it's LFAC, I recently also spent a minute or two Googling what exactly that name was. Like some things that you might need next week. Sandbox, and I just wanted to double check. Let's try this 3 times the charm. Does Mips build now? So far this appears to be still. So what I did today, before the live stream, after it was quite stable over the night, I increased the CL. I didn't make a photo. Shit. CL from 40 to 38. I undervolted the CPU a little bit more. I believe I had minus 0.1. I now have minus 0.11. I gave, as I said, the V-Core SOC for memory voltage normal plus, instead of 0, plus 0.05. And I believe that was, I believe that was it probably. Yeah, 5.3-ish up to 5.4, yeah. I mean, it's boosting, for minus 100, I mean, it only boosts that high with minus 100 millivolt. The cooling, basically the Kraken set 73 3-fan radiator AIO is kinda not enough to keep this. I mean, 80 degree, not that bad though. Yeah, knock to a 12 or so centimeter Noctua fan hanging in front of the memory because it's no substitute for cooling, only more cooling. Yeah, so far so good. I mean, the long term, you've often seen I was working an hour and then it started to segmentation fault and stuff. So yeah, so Rust, so we're building there. So we basically found some typo there. What is the Musl build doing? Is that the Musl build? Oh no, the Musl build was somewhere here probably. What do we have open? Where's my Musl build? Or is that the Musl build? Rustc, something of... Where's the build ID? x86 though. Did I control... maybe I control CZ because, yeah. So yeah, that will be interesting. If this Rustc stuff for Musl fully works. I have some build errors and welcome everyone. I have still at least a build error for cargo. Actually, maybe, and you know what? Maybe the build error was probably, okay, the cargo build error was probably Rust having a typo, hopefully. Yeah, I still need to figure a handful of Musl, like, of all things Xterm. And then sooner or later we can actually release then. Of course, another day of dozens of small exotic build error like this. When targeting Musl, either Rust Musl root option or... Oh. Why can Steph not... This is hilarious. Why does this stuff need... Why does Rust need extra convincing to... I really hate this so much. Like, you had one job. Like, why can stuff not build? Like we cross-build all the variants. We supply everything, but no for Musl. Like, for Musl you need to specify something even more. This is so ridiculous. Thread main panicked when targeting Musl. Either like why? Like why is this different from glibc? Like why does it need? Do they just want to? This is like is this people do who like this? In my opinion, this is really not good software engineering, right? You have this root. You have like having special, like just because for other people it is somehow special and they have a special Musl folder in op Musl or whatever, or this is, in my opinion, leave in the comments below, but in my opinion this is not good. Yeah, slash, it's like you really deserve a Linus Torvalds finger for like not only Nvidia, like what is freaking wrong with you? Like, you have a system root, and also, in my opinion, people who put sys roots in their bloody allegedly maybe like you user local x80, like, oh. with Docker with Musl root. What the heck is even? What the heck? This is really silly. And that is why I'm recurrently. I'm simply that doesn't impress me much anymore. 25 years ago, when I was young and naive, this would have impressed me. Oh, complex stuff, it needs so much. But now only this is not how you do it, right? You don't special quirk strange stuff in there. And that is at Firefox, at Mozilla, at Rust, at GCC, why we can't have nice things. Because constantly stuff is breaking, right? Because people do strange stuff. This is so hilarious. Here's this config toml. Specify path and Musl list has no default otherwise. Defaults to Musl on what the heck? The root location of the Musl installation directory. This is hilarious. Like for what? I gave you everything and it does build with libc, but no, for Musl you need this shit. It's like for no good reason. Probably should be, yes, it should be fully installed here. So the problem is, I mean, maybe we can run, maybe I should try if we can run configure with that, because it would make. So what was the bootstrap? Does this work? Oh shit. Okay, apparently this should build like this. Unexpected. What the heck? 5. Ah, maybe they need proper string here. Because it's a freaking sophisticated configuration file. Let's see if this one. Yeah, but this is why we are testing this, right? Because what you don't test is broken. Not sure if we. Maybe I never built Musl actually. Rustc from Musl. But yeah, each release, every day, every video, every live stream, every Patreon, GitHub sponsorship, YouTube membership, and live stream here, just free subscription. Share, like, subscribe, makes this Linux distribution a better and less buggy place. TM for stuff to just freaking work. TM. Probably should trademark that. Oh, GCC fails 4. Open with libc. Thank you very much. Infos mutex. Chrono time zone. So this is some. What is it? So this is libc. Yeah. I mean, we could. Oh, this is also wrong. So I guess it did build, but yeah, 2023 latest release. Of course, live on this channel we find probably on a quick glance. Then STL, libstl doesn't fully build with libc anymore. I guess this is how it looks on the first glance. But probably I need to go for dinner now. Let's check 1 second as a family. Yep. So lunch is ready. GCC I probably just disabled, so I have to go, unsurprisingly. So C++, open, do we have here libc? This libc we only build. Okay, we already, so apparently this already fails already as well. Thank you very much. So I guess for libc we already skipped the compiler because not too broken. And now the libstd already doesn't. Is it libatomic or? It's probably. Let's see if just as a quirk only build libatomic. I'm not sure if this has a chance to work. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. Just to get this build further going. Oh, this Musl stuff also does something. Yeah, memory gets saltish. Yes, yesterday night I saw even more. Okay, Rust build for Musl. I only need to YOLO this config option in there. Only. Okay, this still fails. Thank you. Wait, why is this still building some ST? Okay, this somehow did not hit stage level 1. Why does this build something else then? This did not yet have the effect I wanted. But I need to. It's not like you can solve all world software problems with one YouTube live stream. So I have to go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something as always. Don't forget to subscribe, maybe Patreon or YouTube membership. Otherwise, have a good day and night, and see you soon for all this amazing bug fixes in builds and testing and real hardware testing coming up next, and amazing releases. And see you next time.